subscribe. There's a lot of people out there in the world, more typically older and around my age, well, older than my age usually, rather than younger, but I bet there are some younger people, maybe even people my age, that would consider the quote-unquote good old days, 2016, maybe 2017, I don't know, sometime around that time period. Like, the older you are, maybe consider the Vine days, like 2013 or like before that or whatever, the good old days, whatever. Like whatever, like, I don't know. Different people consider different times the good old days. And there's a video that I'd like to make about that, all right? As for me, before 2019, I never really focused on what was going on in terms of the internet or whatever. And yes, I do have good memories, personal memories, from before 2019. And you don't necessarily need to pay attention to the internet for you to have good old days, but I'm just saying that a lot of people base their good old days on like internet stuff, and I don't base my good old days on the internet stuff from like 2016 or whatever. I base my good old days mid 2022 was the was the most significant for me. All right. Big reason why is because 2022 was the very first year that I actually started speaking in VCs with fans. All right. I actually started to become more talkative to my community. All right. I started, talking to fans. It was pretty legendary, all right? Before that point in time in 2021, I had been limited to only talking to people who I knew IRL or people, just friends, all right? But 2022 was the ultimate year that I really started to speak with fans. And over that year, I became friends with more and more fans, maybe friends of fans, whatever the hell. And it was it was a very cool year because I'd never thought about doing, I had never thought about, oh wow, I should really, I could actually become friends with a bunch of fans. I never really thought about that concept. I really just, before then, like in 2021, I really just thought of YouTube like, oh, I do YouTube, it's fun, and I hang out with the people I know who are friends of me before my YouTube channel ever became a thing, or friends of me not because of my YouTube channel, and yeah, instead of being friends with me because of my YouTube channel, knowing me through my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of people I talk to this day who know me through my YouTube channel, all right? When you do speak with fans, there is a major risk. And I have, recently brought more awareness to that to myself, that it kind of is risky to speak with people because there's a lot of things that people will do. Like, they'll, try and make up lies just to make yourself look worse, all based on jealousy or maybe other stupid reasons that I can't think of, but most of it's just jealousy at this point. But it is still nice to still communicate with fans, all right? People who look up to you and, even become friends with some of them. But my recommendation to any YouTuber out there, be careful what fans you become friends with, because fan bases can be really crazy. Have you seen the Dream fan base ever? Yeah, crazy. It is a lot safer to go in random VCs and naturally become friends with people rather than become friends with people because they're fans of you. And that's just, that's just how it is. In my personal opinion, I do like having friends who originally were fans of me and still technically are, but I also like having friends that didn't necessarily meet me through my YouTube channel. I also have a couple friends that didn't meet me through my YouTube channel, but basically became fans of me, and it still has that sort of vibe. In 2022, I used to be on a schedule, just like 2021, summer 2021, where I would stream once every so many days. I did once every 6 days, starting in 2022. Then one day, I was streaming with a couple of people, and Jake the Odd One told me that he thinks that I should still stream, and I'm like, okay. Because I was thinking of ending it, but then he was like, you should do a 12-hour stream. And then I ended up streaming the next day for 12 hours, then the next day for 12 hours. And I didn't stream every day for that long, but I streamed almost every day. I streamed long streams. Now, in 2023, I did not stream every day for 12 hours or almost every day. That burns you out. It even burned me out in late July of 2022, all right? But I had a really fun time in mid-2022 where I just stream endlessly, talk of the same couple of people. Sometimes there'd be rare people who come on and talk in VC like Lion Nation or You Go in VR, but then mainly just the main people. And it was a very, very fun time period for me. Now, when people say the good old days was 2016 they just finished 2017, like the good old days of 2016 and stuff, I say my good old days were mid-2022. When I first started streaming a lot, you know, Tata JJ would pop in, whatever. Those are the good old days for me. And there is a life lesson that a guy, he actually curses a little bit, I think, and even talks a little inappropriately, but he's a kind of a similar YouTuber to me. Jack Piggott, I think his name is. He says that and I agree with him too. Stop focusing on the good old days being then. Technically, the good old days are, well, I don't know if he said this word for word, but this is my word, so this is my interpretation of it. The good old days were technically then, but you're also experiencing good old days now. So if you're too focused on then you're not going to enjoy now. And that's what I live to do. You know, every single month, I just think, you know, I get different vibes. I feel different each month. I think and feel differently in each month. It just feels different. It's cool. I have different good old times. In February of 2024, February 2024, this month, it started off of me doing Blue with Doorbridge streams. Then I ended up hanging out a lot with You Go in VR. And I played a lot of Super Mario Maker 2. And I played on a Minecraft server. Very fun times. Very fun times. Last month, I played Apeirophobia. I did some streams. I didn't really necessarily have any goals. I was just doing some chill streams. I was recording a lot of videos. January was more boring, but still it was a little fun. Yeah, that was January of 2024. Let's rewind back to October of 2022. Back then, I did my first 2 24-hour streams. I stocked up a lot on the real pumpkins. I had a big Kahoot, like a JB dragmotoxboss themed Kahoot. I gotta make another one of those sometime. And I just had, like, I also was, my PC was in the basement for the first couple, like, when Stock Up season started in October of 2022. Well, I think it technically started in September of 2022, the last day. I was new to having my PC in the basement, and it was cool. And I remember, like, I was like, oh, I'm actually going to be up in the middle of the night in the basement. I'm going to be randomly in the basement on my PC in the middle of the night. And I don't know, those vibes were really cool. And I also had a very, like a little skeleton that make a noise or whatever, whenever the lights would flicker. I tried looking for one in 2023, but I couldn't really find one. Those were the times. I love those times. Just hearing that skeleton every single time I go up and down the stairs or turn off the lights or whatever. Or, like, sometimes the lights would, like, do a random, like, power flicker. I don't know how to explain it, but randomly they flicker when power's going through the house. And that's when then the skeleton will randomly go off. I'm just thinking of that noise just is so nostalgic. So really, every month, there's a different feel. Unless there's a feel that lasts so long that it'll last multiple months. There's a different feel in every month. Enjoy it. Enjoy the times that you're currently in. Don't focus on past times, because then you're not going to enjoy the new times. If you enjoy past times, then in the far future, you're going to be like, well, I only remember that one past time that I kept thinking about. I don't remember any other times. My life was quite boring. But when you enjoy the moment that you're in, you'll be like, oh, I remember this, I remember that, I remember this. You know, let me tell you another story. I remember February 2022. I was listening to a certain FNF song a lot. Fun times there, gave me certain vibes. Let me throw another one out here. April of 2023, when I played some Apeirophobia, Egg did his Big Stone buyout, and Dizwiz was also there too. That was like when Dizwiz was there last in the community. Fun times. September of 2023, not really that memorable, not really that good of a time, but I played a lot of Garden Warfare 2, and that was fun. December of 2022, I remember at the end of stock-up season for that year, I did a couple streams in a row where I talked about very deep theories with a couple of random fans. That was fun.